The truth about salt systems. Hey guys, it's Chad with Above Ground Pros. Hey, I wanted to take a second and talk to you guys about salt systems for a minute. Salt systems have really been out hard here for about the last 8 to 10 years, and they're getting more and more popular, and I know that some people are hearing really bad things and some people are hearing really good things. And the truth is, both of those are true, but I want to explain to you the depth of it here. Now, personally, I believe the salt system is the greatest thing that's ever happened to swimming pools. Okay, it makes the water unbelievably soft. It's less expensive to run over time. Now, it's got a higher initial cost, but it's less expensive to run on a year-to-year basis. The maintenance is unbelievably simple, but it's salt water. And when you apply salt water to a metal structure, salt water and metal doesn't mix. Ask any deep-sea fisherman. They don't go together. So the problem that people are having is, for instance, when the salt system came out 8, 10 years ago and got really big for above-ground pools, what happened is the only thing that was really in the above-ground business was steel swimming pools. So what people were doing is they were putting their salt system on their pool, and the salt water was rusting away their pool. And then unfortunately, 4, 5, 6 years later, customers' pools are so rusted out that they're having to replace their pool, and you don't want to go down that route. Okay, so it created a really negative attitude for the salt system. And you know, even at all its benefits that it gives you, if it's going to rust your pool out, it's no good. Okay, so what the above ground swimming pool business did to adapt to this is they have now what's called all resin pools. Now, resin has been in the above ground business for a long time. To make a long story short, basically, if you saw resin on your pool, and you may have it on your pool, if you have decorative caps that cover your vertical posts and they're like a plastic material, that's probably resin, okay, if your pool's anywhere from 10 to 15 years old. Okay, they've been putting resin on swimming pools for a long time, but what they're doing now is designing the entire pool out of resin. So basically what you have is a plastic pool, a super high grade plastic. Resin's an incredible material. It never fades. It's molded to that color, so it never fades. It doesn't rust. It doesn't weather. It holds up. It looks good for years and years and years. It's a great material. Now, you make an above ground pool out of nothing but resin and you put a salt system on it, it's perfect, and it works that way. So what I tell my customers is, there's a lot of times I even have customers call me and they want to put a salt system on a steel pool, and I won't do it. I say, look, you're going to have a nightmare. You're about to buy a nightmare here. You have to have an all resin pool. If you put it on an all resin pool, you will love it. You will absolutely love the salt system. Okay? So the truth about salt systems is they're wonderful, but you got to do it the right way. And if you do it, you got to put it on an all resin pool. Okay? Now, even though all resin pools are all resin, there's one component of the pool that's not resin, and it's the wall. The wall's still made out of a galvanized steel. Okay? That's fine. The wall isn't where you get your problems. Where you would get your problems if you had a steel pool is everything above the water. You know, the water splashing up, the vapor from the water's coming up. So basically your top rails, your top track, your top post, everything at the very top of your pool is what's going to rust out first if you go with the steel pool. Okay? So number one, if you have a steel pool, you can't do salt system. Like I said, you're just going to buy a nightmare. Okay? You're going to speed the rust process of your pool up. It's a horrible idea. If you haven't bought a pool yet, you have to go all resin. And I don't mean just a couple resin components in the pool. I'm talking about everything resin except the wall. Posts, bottom plates, top track, bottom track, top rails, decorative caps, everything but the wall. Okay? Now, I would also recommend you, it's always a good idea, that if you get an all resin pool, to put a salt system on it, I'd put a wall foam on the inside of your wall between your liner. That way, if the liner ever gets a a puncturing or whatnot, and water's running through there, it'll go up against the wall pad, which is water, water, won't let any water in, and it'll help protect your wall. Okay. Another thing that I want you to do with the salt system is the way a salt system works is it puts a very small charge in the cell that the water that your pool water runs through your filter system. If you don't ground your salt system properly, which basically means get a piece of rebar, hammer it in the ground, connect a copper wire to it to your salt system and your pump, so now any extra electrical charge will run down into the ground. If you don't do that, you'll put a real super mellow electric charge in the water. Of course, you won't feel it. We're talking extremely, a half a volt of charge. You're not going to feel it. It's not going to hurt you. It's not an issue with that. But what it is a problem with is it'll eat away the screws, and that'll also help speed up the rust process, okay? So the truth about salt systems is they're wonderful, but you have to do it the right way. And if you do it the right way, you'll love it. It'll give you years and years of life. Your pool will last for years and years, and you'll get the benefits, the easy maintenance, the super clean, soft water, and the lower cost from a year-to-year maintenance standpoint on your salt system. Okay? I love salt systems, but the truth is, you got to do it the right way. What we want to do is we want to invite you back to our website. We have a slew more videos for you. Maintenance videos, startup videos, repair videos, installation videos, everything you can imagine you do on your above ground pool. The reason we've done this is we find out that a lot of customers, when they find that we do service around the Atlanta area, they have a hard time finding guys that work on above grounds. And the reason is customers always do it themselves. This stuff is simple. Taking care of your pool, repairing your pool, whatever needs to be done is very simple. But you just need the knowledge to be able to do this. And that's where we come in. So check out the link here below me on the screen. If you go down into the description menu, you click on that link, it's going to take you right to our webpage where you'll have access to all these videos. Again, anywhere from how to start your pool up, water chemistry issues, pump issues, filter issues, salt system issues, piping your pool, taking your pool down, putting it back up, replacing your liner. I could go on and on and on and on, okay? So come check us out, and we'll see you there.